Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to bring you guys episode 6 of my Football Manager 23 save with #United. If you do go on to enjoy today's video, please make sure to drop a like on there for me. If you could try and hit 30 likes on today's episode, that'd be massively appreciated. Subscribe if you are new as well. We are on the road to 900 subscribers, so please make sure you are subscribed if you haven't already with that post notification bell on. It's free to do so and it does massively help out. Drop a comment in as well down in the comment section down below. Let me know your thoughts on my transfer business. Since you were last with us, we've had a big summer transfer window, lots of players leaving the club, a lot of players coming in. We had an increased wage budget and we've spent the majority of that. Our squad is small. I think in total we've got a 17-man squad of 13 players, but we're not over the wage budget and that is all that matters. Some big hitters did unfortunately move on. If you'll have seen the end of last episode, without spoiling it too much, you'll obviously know that we are in the same division once again going into next season, and we had some offers as well come in for PK Humble, Greg Halford and a couple other players as well. They've unfortunately taken them offers up. They'll be playing higher up in the pyramid and we are still in tier 8. Make sure to drop a like on there for me, subscribe if you're new as well, and let's get into it. So we are going to go through the whole squad in a minute, even including players who were here last season, but starting out with some departures then. Percy Kianga-Bennett, or more known as PK Humble, unfortunately did leave the club. He had a contract offer from Leamington and he has decided to take that up. They are still occupying, actually they've been relegated last season, so they're now in the Southern League Premier Central, so they're one tier above us. He actually agreed in principle a contract with us and unfortunately has not upheld that and he has moved on to Leamington. We also saw the departure of Iman Akunja as well. He left the club. He probably wouldn't have got a new contract anyway and he would have just carried on with his non-contract. He's gone to Newport Pagnell Town, something like that, on a one-year deal on £40 a week, so good luck to him and I think that's a pretty decent move for him. He's already played a game this season, as you can see here, on the 16th of August, and our season has not even officially started yet. And we did also see the departure of Greg Halford. I was unsure whether I was going to give him a new contract or not. He was obviously on a non-contract with the football club. He's joined Hampton and Richmond though on a one-year deal on £210 a week. They're currently occupying their trade though in the Vanarama National League South, so a pretty decent move for him to be fair, and yeah, wish him all the best. If we go through all of our players then individually, our only goalkeeper currently on the books is Callum Taylor. 21 years of age, was obviously with the football club last season. We had the option to trigger his contract for a further year. We have done that, £130 a week until the end of the season. If he gets us promoted, then he does get an extra year on his contract as well. Last season conceded 43 goals in 20 appearances, only kept the 2 clean sheets, so we need a little bit more from him in this upcoming campaign, but happy to have secured his services for another season. This season's current highest paid player is James Beresford. He's come in as a right back on a free transfer, £180 a week on a deal until the end of the season. There is no option in his contract for a further year, but like I say, come in on a free transfer. Recently was on loan with Felixstowe, done pretty well there, played 28 matches for them last season, has had experience in the Vanarama National League South, so he's a good player. He's going to come in, be our starting right back. He's probably going to play as a supportive wing back, which isn't his natural role. He's better defensively than going forward. 5'11", but I think this one is a pretty solid sign, and £180 a week, you know, it's not massive for this level. We did manage to secure the services of Grady Malenge for another season. He has joined up once again on £110 a week, so a £10 increase from last season. Not a bad centre-back option for this level, fairly cheap as well. 26 years of age, 6'2", not the greatest of potential. His physicals are currently on the decline, so we'll have to get them hopefully going back up throughout the current season, because he's not played too much in pre-season, because he's only recently signed that new contract. Last season when he came in, he featured on 22 occasions where he averaged a 6.72 rating, which is not great to be honest with you, but again, a decent centre-back option for this level, and when you can't secure someone like Greg Halford, I don't think Grady Malenge is a bad option at centre-back. Harry Haysom is going to be with the football club for another season. We trigger the option in his contract. I don't think, no, there is no further clause as well. He's on £150 a week until the end of the season. His current ability isn't great, but he's got absolutely fantastic potential, so he's going to come in and be our starting left centre-back this season. Happy to have secured his services for another year. His technical stats are all improving as well very nicely. Last season for the football club, he featured in 26 matches, averaging a 6.61, so again, we need him to start developing a little bit more, but again, happy to have him for another season. Versatile fullback Matthew Wooldridge will be with us for another season as well. He can play right back or left back. He's probably going to start the season as our natural left back. 2.5 star current ability for 3.5 star potential, sorry. £65 a week on a deal until the end of the season. He's just someone who's going to be cheap and can play both sides. You need versatility at this level. Last season for us, he featured in 24 matches where he secured 3 assists, averaging a 6.9 rating, so pretty decent rating for him there overall, and his stats are currently on the decline at the moment, but on £65 a week, no one can really complain about that one. If you watch watched the last episode, you would have seen that Max Cornhill has signed a new contract with the football club. He's on £150 a week on a deal until the end of the season. Just a solid ball-winning midfielder in there, can even do a job as a box-to-box. Yes, he's 36 years of age. This will probably be his final contract with the football club. Last season, he featured in 35 out of the 38 matches, scored 2 goals and picked up 4 assists, averaging a 6.8 rating, so not a bad return, to be fair, from a holding midfielder. I thought he did pretty well. I did also get a notification saying that he's retiring from playing at this level towards the end of last season, so I didn't know if that meant he wanted to leave this season or not. Obviously, he did sign that extra year. He's on a little bit of money, so hopefully he doesn't decline too much. I'm more worried about his physicals rather than his other stats, but it seems to be everything else that seems to be declining. Overall, though, happy to have his experienced head in the midfield next campaign. I'm partnering him in the centre of midfield, his new signing, Ellison Wright. Really happy to get this one in through the door. 20 years of age, 4-star current ability, 5-star potential, has developed really nicely over pre-season on £130 a week on a deal until the end of the season. He doesn't have any options in his contract though, which is a bit unfortunate, to be honest with you, because he is a really, really good player. Last season was playing his trade at the same tier, just in a different league, where he got 8 assists in 15 appearances, so really happy with his return, and was recently with Crystal Palace as well. I think this one could be a really, really good signing for us, and he will be partnering Cornhill in the centre of our midfield. Fan favourite Jermaine Francis will be with the Tags again for the upcoming campaign. I think his contract was already meant to be expiring at the end of this season coming up. 21 years of age on £140 a week, 3.5-star current ability, 5-star potential. Looks like a really, really good player, not just one for now, for the future as well. Last season got 9 goals and 7 assists in 34 appearances. I was really impressed with his return at last campaign. 21 years of age. His technicals are all developing really nicely apart from his long shots and finishing. Apart from that though, really, really happy with him. He can play right wing or left wing. I'm probably going to start him this season on that right wing because he played a lot on the left last season, and I'd like to see how he gets on that right hand side. Lewis Watson will be with the football club again for the upcoming campaign. The 24-year-old signed a part-time contract now. He's no longer on an on-contract on £90 a week. He does get some sort of bonus if he gets 10 assists this campaign. Last season got 12 goals and 3 assists, nearly averaging a 7 rating in them 36 matches, so he pretty much played every game. Was so versatile that he can play DM, centre mid or attacking midfield. I think I'm going to start the season playing him in attacking midfield, but I'm really happy with the way that things are going with Lewis Watson. His stats seem to be declining a lot. I didn't actually know he was left-footed, but 4-star potential, so still time for him to develop, and he will be with us for the upcoming season. Another winger who will be with the football club for the upcoming campaign is 27-year-old Kofi Halliday. He's come in on a 1-year deal on £75 a week, can play right wing, left mid, right mid, can even do a job as an attacking midfielder or a striker if we really need him to. 3-star current ability, 3-star potential, was recently playing in the Southern Premier League Central, which I want to say is the division above. I think I'm right in saying that this is the lowest that he's played in a long, long time. Last season scored 3 goals and got 1 assist. I'm pretty sure though that is in the division above. Really good experience in there, can play right wing or left wing. We're probably going to start him on that left hand side, can cut in on that right foot, and seems like a decent cheap option because he was one of our most recent signings and we just needed someone who can play on the wing, and for £75 a week I'm never going to complain about that. Alex Teniola is currently still a #United player. He is still on a non-contract. We've not really looked to negotiate to get him on a part-time contract, so there is the potential that he could walk out the football club at any choice. He's 27 years of age now. Last season scored 30 goals and got 5 assists, averaging a 7.49 match rating with 10 player of the match performances. He played every match last season and did really, really well for us. If he can get anywhere near that goal return in this upcoming campaign, he will be massive for us. He was brilliant last season, and fingers crossed he can have another similar output. His physicals and mentals seem to be declining a little bit, but he's a goal scorer at this level. Still 27 years of age as well, so still plenty of time for him to develop. Youngster Sam Harris will be providing us a bit of cover at right back, centre back or even left back if we need him to. 6'1", right footed, 1-star current ability but 4-star potential, £5 a week on a 1-year deal. You can't really complain about that. Last season featured in 6 games for us, averaging a 6.85, so did well when he played, to be fair, and overall just a good young player that's fairly versatile. You know, you need versatile players, and he's not the greatest, but he can play numerous positions, so it makes him quite important. Lewis Cunningham is another new signing for the football club. 3-star current ability, 5-star potential, left-footed centre-back, can even do a job at left-back as well. Really happy again to get this one in through the door. 6 foot, was recently playing for Birmingham in the Championship. Don't know how he got that move when he'd recently been playing with York. Interesting decision there, but never really got too much first-team football. The most he got was with Glossop in 21-22, where he played 12 times. Apart from that, he'll be looking to get some first-team experience this season. I'm potentially thinking about starting him over Harry Haysom. He's on £100 £140 a week on a deal until the end of the campaign, and really happy to get this one in through the door. Andrew O'Connor will be our backup central midfielder for this season. 1-star current ability, 4.5-star potential, either footed and developing really nicely throughout pre-season on £5 a week until the end of the campaign. Just a good option to play as a ball-winning midfielder if we need someone off the bench, to be honest with you. Last season, he didn't feature at all for us. He was in our academy, and now that he's obviously 17 years of age, we have promoted him into the first team, and he will be our backup central midfielder. I'm sure you can tell by Harris and O'Connor being included in the first team, you can see that we're not quite near the first team. We are not quite having enough wage budget to really get anyone else in through the door at the moment. Kojo Pengteng is currently a player who is still on the books with the club, can either play on both wings and can even do a job through the middle as well. 2-star current ability, 2.5-star potential. He's only on a non-contract as a fringe player. If he leaves, but he's an option who can play on the wing if we're absolutely desperate. Last season, got 4 goal contributions in 22 appearances, with how many of them being starts? With 8 of them being starts, averaging a 6.68. He's a pretty meh player, but considering that he's only on a £70 appearance fee when he plays, I don't think that's a bad option to have, to be honest with you. Ollie Miles will be with the football club as well for the upcoming campaign. He has signed a 1-year deal on £70 a week. 2.5-star current ability, 5-star potential, 21 years of age, can play striker or as an attacking midfielder. He's going to start the season on the bench. He has obviously got the potential to play at regional Premier Division, which I think is the step above. Last season, got 18 goal contributions in 24 appearances. He actually got 18 goal contributions in 18 starts, averaging a 7.15. He's a decent player for this level, obviously signed from East Thurrock United, and I'm really happy to see him extend his stay with the football club. Yes, his stats are declining a little bit, but as an impact sub off the bench to replace an attacking midfielder or striker, I think he is a really good option. And the final player on our books at the moment then is Andrew Brown. You all know about him from last season. 17 years of age on £25 a week until the end of next season. We do have the option to trigger that by another 2 years, and if we get promoted, he also gets another 2 years. Really happy to see how Andrew Brown develops and looking forward to it over the next couple of seasons. His stats are developing. Some are mixed, some are going up, some are going down. Really nice first touch, good balance, good natural fitness, good determination and leadership. And I think last season, 4 goal contributions in 2 starts is a pretty decent return from a 17-year-old. And that is how this current squad is looking. Yes, we've got Harris, O'Connor and Brown, who are all youngsters. So on paper, we've actually only got 14 first-team players, which is not great considering that 2 of them are on non-contract. But if we have a look at our finances, we are under the wage budget currently by about £110, something like that. Wait, I'm not really too sure what's going on. Have we offered someone a contract? We have. We've offered David Foger, a left back, a loan contract. No, permanent contract. All right, I don't remember doing that, but he's going to potentially come in from Basildon Town. In terms of our fixtures then for this season, if we have a look at our schedule, we will be starting the season with a home match against Stowmarket, and then we'll also be playing Brentwood away from home. Let's get into the first match then against Stowmarket. Here we go then, confirmation that David Foger will be joining the football club on a 1-year deal. £20 a week as a left back option, just provides a little bit more cover, to be honest with you. So he's going to come in on a free transfer from, where was it? Was it Basildon Town? Something like that. I'm not really too sure. We'll have a look at how good he actually is in a moment. I have no idea if he's actually any good or not. As long as he's at least 1-star current ability, I can get on board with the signing. It's if he's nowhere near that might not be the greatest of moves, but it's a cheap deal. You know, was it £20-25 a week? So I'm not going to complain about that. Angry with the signing of a player who looks surplus to requirements. All right, well, on paper, he's not good. All right, he's not a good signing, but he's somebody who can play at left back. We don't have many players. He's probably not going to play at all. But say Wooldridge and Cunningham and Haysom all get injured, it's someone who can play on that left-hand side. For £20 a week, it's not the end of the world. Don't cry about it. He's probably not going to play. Here we have it then. Here's how we line up for the first match of our second season as #United manager. We line up in a 4-2-3-1 formation with Taylor in goal. A back four of Beresford, Milenge, Haysom and Wooldridge, with Cornell and Wright in the midfield. Francis on the right, Halliday on the left and Watson in behind Teniola. On the bench, we've got Harris, Cunningham, O'Connor, Pengteng and Miles, which means the players missing out are Brown and Foger. Let's get underway for today's match. We started out last season pretty good, and then we lost more and more players who were on non-contracts. We can't let that happen this season. If Pengteng gets an offer, I'm more than happy to let him go. If Teniola gets an offer, that's when we'll try and secure his services for at least the remainder of the campaign. I can't say I know any of their players. I'm pretty sure Stowmarket were in our league last season. I can't for for the life of me remember how well they did, though. We're going to tell the players we've got the faith in them to make the difference, and fingers crossed we can start the season with a win. We need to have a good start to the campaign. We have to make it into the playoffs this season, because if we don't, the board are certainly not going to be happy. We obviously just about by the skin of our teeth managed to scrape keeping our job at the end of last episode. If we have a look at some of the new teams in there, I think Leighton Town are a new team. ETU are not. Oh dear, I've had a nightmare. I have had a nightmare. I forgot that with the pre-season games. Oh, this always happens every now and then. With the pre-season games, I just had it on only commentary, and we've scored a goal. That's my mistake. I'll hold my hands up, but we're winning. That's all that matters. Is it Teniola already on the score sheet? It's Teniola time. 9 minutes on the clock. Not exactly how I wanted the first goal of the season to be reacted to, but we'll take it. Halliday with his first assist for the club. Teniola clearly onside there. The left back was playing him on. Great finish as well at the keeper's near post, and we take the lead inside the first minutes of today's game. Back onto the new teams. Haringey looked like a new team in there as well. There's a throw in here for Stowmarket. Ball into the box. Hayson with an interesting header. Ball still in there. It's scrappy now. Taylor surely fouled there. Referee does not point to the spot. Shot comes in well over the bar though on this occasion. Any other new teams in there? St Ives, I think, are a new team. Leiston, VCD, Chatham. So there's seems to be a decent amount of new teams in there. Obviously, there was, 3 teams went down and... Wait, 3 teams went down. 2 teams definitely went down. 1 team maybe went down. And then obviously you had 2 teams promoted as well. But obviously, because it's regional football, you'll have teams moving about, not necessarily their division level, but just their actual region as well. Half-time approach, and then it looks like we're going to be going into half-time ahead. Good start to the season. I'm happy with the performance. I can't say I'm delighted, but it's a good start. I'm thinking about maybe some subs. Halliday has picked up an injury, which is obviously not ideal. We've got the options though on the bench if we need them. As the ball comes into our box here, cleared away though by Beresford. Now Teniola holds the ball up, finds a hashtag player in right. He clips the ball down the line back into Teniola. Little bit of space for him here. Can he find the hashtag shirt? He's looking to go to the byline. Find Watson in the middle. Lino keeps his flag down. It's hashtag United 2, Stowmarket 0. Oh, the Lino doesn't have his flag raised. How's that goal being disallowed? He looked offside. He is offside, but the linesman didn't have his flag raised. Look, he just stands still. Why on earth? Oh, that is shocking from this video game. I absolutely despise it. Let's now make some subs. I think I'm going to bring off Kofi Halliday, who's hampered by injury. Yes, he's got an assist, but he's injured, so we are going to get a peng-teng on at that left-hand side. Watson is currently on a 6.1, and he's been booked, so Ollie Miles is going to come on in at that number 10 position, and we're going to play him as more of a supportive attacking midfielder. And final change of the game, we're going to bring on Cunningham for Wooldridge, because Wooldridge is not having his greatest game. We're going to play him as a no-nonsense fullback, just to try and make sure we're a lot more secure defensively. Corner ball for the tags here. Nope, no corner ball. Never mind. 10 minutes left on the clock now. Not a lot has really happened since them substitutes. Our back four seem to all be playing really well, which is really rare in Football Manager. Cunningham sends a ball long, looking for Teniola. Surely a high boot. Referee says no. We've missed a header there. Cunningham now. He goes back into Taylor. Loads of time and room here for him to pick his pass. 8 minutes left on the clock. Taylor sends a ball long. Teniola doesn't challenge for it. Now Thompson finds Akiyagawa. He looks for a ball over the top into Tibbets on their left-hand side. This is a poor area for them to have the ball. It's scrappy, and eventually the ball is going to be stabbed home. Lewis Thompson with the goal. And after controlling a large majority of this game, we find ourselves only drawing at the moment with 7 minutes left on the clock. Stowmarket are level. Really poor defending that from us. They seem to have so many more bodies in the box than what we did. Taylor couldn't get there, and eventually Thompson has so much time to turn, find the back of the net. Stowmarket are level with just minutes left on the clock now. We've put it onto attacking. Francis is not having a good game. That is not what you want to see from your star attacking winger, and it looks like this game is going to be ending in stalemate. Full time. Hashtag United 1, Stowmarket 1. I am not happy with your performance. I don't like what I've just seen. Wright is disheartened. Everyone else seems to be fired up and motivated. We have to be better in the next one. Let's get into it. Here we have it then. Here's how we line up for the second match of today's episode away at Brentwood. I think there's 3 changes from the last match with our 4-2-3-1 formation. We've got Taylor in goal, a back 4 of Beresford, Malenge, Cunningham and Wooldridge. With Cornell and Wright in the midfield. A peng-teng starts on the right with Halliday on the left, although Halliday's fitness isn't great. He's recommended that he doesn't need a fitness test, but he's not full of fitness. Miles is in behind Teniola. You got Haysom, Francis and Watson, who all dropped down to the bench. We need to be better in this one. We're actually going to put Brown on the bench for this game instead of O'Connor. And yeah, just a little bit more of an attacking option there in case Teniola maybe doesn't score. We're away from home. Normally I'd take a point away from home, but because we've drawn the first match at home, we need to win in this one. Let's get into it. Fingers crossed we can get back to winning ways and win our first match of the season. The longer that you go without a win, the longer the pressure builds, and after drawing at home in your first game, the fans are probably not too impressed. I think we sold 90 season tickets this season, which was the exact same as what we sold for the last campaign. We'll encourage the players, get underway for today's game, and we have an early highlight. Beresford, he finds Miles. He'll be looking to contribute massively to this season. Cornell now with a clip into the channel. Teniola will chase, but he won't get there. Anderson now on the ball for Brentwood. He finds Hogan. Has time to turn out, gives it back into Anderson. Clips it forward there. Cunningham brings that down. Malenge now sends it forward for Teniola. Doesn't win the flick on. A little bit of a push in the back there. Humphrey now finds Harris. He sends a ball along. That is a great kick, to be fair, but Malenge's got time to find Cornhill. He turns out and sends it forward looking for Teniola. Missed by the defender. Miles brought down there, and the referee is not going to point to the penalty spot. How on earth has that not been given? Ollie Miles is absolutely cleaned out there. How on earth has that ball not been given? There's a lot of long pumping and grinding football going on here. This is not the prettiest of games to watch. Miles now into the box. Shoots! Oh, what a goal. Ollie Miles, who probably felt he should have had a penalty just a few moments ago, has his first goal of the season. It's Brentwood Town 0, #United 1. 3.5 minutes on the clock. We take the lead in today's game. It's Beresford with just what is a long ball into the channel. It's a great knock though, actually. Miles with a first time finish. Fantastic. Gives the keeper no chance. He looks like a midget in that goal. Brentwood 0, #1, the perfect start to today's game. Free kick for us here, which Cunningham will clip into the channel. Looking for Miles again. That ball is headed back though to Harris, the goalkeeper, from Anderson. Harris now with the ball. Just over half an hour gone in today's game. Sent long. Malenge underneath that. A Peng-Teng. Teniola surely offside there. Crosses it for Miles, who headers it into the back of the net. Is the referee going to award it? No, he's not. I was going to say Teniola was very, very clearly offside there. An opportunity for us there. Unfortunately, though, he was offside. Free kick taken long. Malenge underneath it once again. He's been very good so far in today's match. Humphrey now finds Hogan. Clips it over the top to Maycock. Ball first time into the box. Freeman with a free header. He was onside there. Somehow he's completely missed the target. Approaching half-time then. Again, similar to the last match, we're going into it with a 1-0 lead. And we've scored an offside goal. Again, I'm happy with the performance. I've pressed the wrong thing there by accident. It's fine. We'll get into the second half. Give them some praise. We are going to need to make some subs in this game because after playing just a couple days ago, we do now have some tired legs. Teniola at the back post though from the James Beresford corner, and 51 minutes on the clock. We double our lead. We've got that second goal, the goal that we needed, and against what I believe is a new team in this league, we have doubled our advantage. There are two men marking Teniola at the back post. They weren't able to stop him though. He makes it Brentwood Town 0, #United 2. We'll give him lots of praise after that, and I think now I'll be a bit more comfortable with making some subs. We'll make them after this highlight. Surely a foul throw there. Referee says no. Malenge now once again brilliant at the back today. Sends the ball forward. He doesn't find anyone though. Another ball comes back towards us. Malenge with the header. Beresford doesn't win that. Cunningham now. He finds Wright, who's more than happy to pick a pass. He clips it towards Teniola. Doesn't win that one though. Now Hogan on the ball. Slots it through. Kamara. Great turn. Got between both of our defenders. Hits the outside of the post. Really good play there from their centre forward. Poor defending from us though. And I think now we are going to look to make some substitutions. I'm looking at that. I'm looking at who's on a yellow, and I'm looking at fitness. Halliday needs to come off. Francis is going to come on at that left-hand side. I think Cornell's also going to come off for Lewis Watson as that midfield to win the ball back. And then Melenge's on a booking and he's tired. So Harry Haysom is going to come on that right side of defence. Not ideal playing a left footer at right centre-back, but not the end of the world. Francis picks up the ball here for us. He goes back into number 8. I think is that right? Francis now on the ball once more, cuts it back, looking for Teniola. Wooldridge now finds Wright. He's not scared to hit him from there. He finds Watson, who certainly will hit them. Right now, clips it over the top, looking for a Peng-Teng. Wins the header. Miles with the shot. Is that onside? Is the lino going to give it? It's not. It's another goal that's been disallowed. And I don't know who specifically was offside here. Was it Ollie Miles? A Peng-Teng with the header. That's very, very harsh. The lino is literally not even looking at play. He's looking down the line at that bloody brick wall. I think that's very, very harsh. I mean, we've scored 4 goals today. Unfortunately, only 2 of them have counted. Just over 10 minutes left on the clock. Watson now finds Beresford. Can he get a ball into the box? He does. Looking for Wooldridge. Wins the header off the crossbar. It's a scramble in the goal line. And eventually the ball is cleared. Beresford, ball back in. And the referee is... What? He's given a free kick to Brentwood and Teniola's been booked. Alright, what an interesting highlight that was. 5 minutes left on the clock. We're going to stick them now onto defensive. See the game out. They're playing a 4-3-3 and they're not really creating much. We'll give them one final piece of praise. We are going to end to today's episode with 3 points. 4 points from our first 2 games is certainly not a bad return. I'm happy with the result and the way you played. A brilliant start to the season. Could have been better. Certainly it could have been a lot worse. Overall, I'm happy with how this squad, it seems to have already gelled so well together. I'm going to leave it there though for today's video. If you have enjoyed, please make sure to drop a like on there for me. If you could generate 30 likes on today's episode, that'd be massively appreciated. Subscribe if you're new as well. We are on the road to 900 subscribers, so please make sure you are subscribed if you haven't already with that post notification bell on. It's free to do so and it does massively help out. Drop a comment as well down in the comment section down below to help boost the video in the YouTube algorithm. Let me know down below, out of all the signings I've made, which one do you think will be the best player come the end of the campaign. Thank you all very much for watching. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you all very soon for another one. Peace.